All right, guys, it's that time. Break time. Rotors, pads. My rotors are a little, when you're slowing up, when you're trying to stop, you can feel it, give me little vibrations. So I was out doing the side job, decided to stop since I was by the parts store and grab my rotors and brakes, and they decided to bend me over the counter for that. Duralast gold must be made out of gold. So just a heads up on that. So apparently it's like $208 per rotor. If the brake pads work, because I was a little shocked about that. These little buttholes, as soon as I come out with a box, they get all crazy. They love treats. So what I'm gonna do, we'll get the tire off. Now hopefully my socket is actually thin enough to fit in between there. It's pretty thin. Oh, I don't even know what size it is. Oh boy. How much room you got around the rim? You ain't got much. That socket, it don't even fit up in there. That's crazy. That's two different sockets, one Craftsman, one Milwaukee. Like I said, I've never taken the tires off and had to. I just take the tire shop, $30, swap it. As long as you give them cash, they'll rotate them. So I'm gonna go get my 1/2-inch tool bag. I'll see if I can find a pretty thin wall socket to fit in there, hopefully. All right, I was able to find a more riskier option. It's a non-impact one, a lot thinner, 13/16. It is a Craftsman, but it also has a stupid star one. But got most of them off. As soon as I started talking, there's the goats again. They hear me out here. All right, I was able to get the lug nut off. You can tell the tire shop, they kind of messed it up. So I don't know how much I recorded. I don't know if I recorded some of it or not. If any of you have GoPro, you understand. But all right, that was not a very good start to it. The last guy did my brakes. He charged me an extra $100 because my tires were heavy. I'm going to use it as a seat. Let me get you in here. You can check out the. Anyway, all these, you can see it's just pretty wore. I can't see my brake pads yet. I think they're pretty wore too, maybe. If not, it's all right. I can't tell. I can't see the indicator. Ooh, that's not good. Next project is CV axle, which is going to be not fun. Then I need to replace, little boots and things. They're starting to squeak. Maybe ball joints. I really haven't clunking much. I think my shocks. I think I need to get new shocks, which wouldn't be too bad. That would help out with a little bit of it. All right, so we got the tire off. Next step, we need to get our caliper off, which is going to be. Where are we at? Am I missing a bolt? Really not. Oh no, those are the slides. Ooh, I don't got much brake line. On mine is gonna be a bolt right here. This whole thing's gonna come off, so there's a bolt right back behind that, and there should be another one down right there. Get them off. Maybe I can get it with the impact gun. Should turn the wheel a little bit. I forgot about that. Maybe I can turn it now. It's a bit sketchy. It's on the jack. We should be all right because I am on the A-arm and I don't have a good enough jack stands. I need to get a set of heavy duty ones. I can't reach up in here with it. Let me get the wheel turned. I'll get the, should probably get the impact gun there too. I'll find those bolts, we'll take it off. We need to get a piece of wire. What I usually do is hook a piece of wire up on your upper control arm and then hook it onto your caliper part to keep it up in the air. You don't want to hang on your brake line because then you don't want to have to replace that too, which it's just right here and right there, but then you need to bleed it and it's just it's not worth it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to find me a rope or something where I can hook to here, keep it hung up over out of the way. Because then we're going to have to tap these off. I don't think it has... It has like a jacking screw, I think. Well, hopefully I don't need to do that. Hopefully I can just tap it and get them off. But the way things have been going, I don't know. And how do I look at this? This looks awfully thick for what's in there. So we better check on that before we get into that too much. Maybe not. I don't know. Nah, that's about right. Oh. All right, it just right here. This part looks so freaking big. I guess because this is black, it doesn't look that big. It's got some weird coating. Man, these gloves suck. I have a hard time wearing them. So what we got? Yep, the old finger measures out. All right, I got me a bungee cord. I got my breaker bar in case I can't reach. Hopefully the bungee cord will hold it. Because we're gonna get it loose, hook up, pick it up, and then we gotta compress piston in, which is not looking too good, that rubber there. Maybe end up replacing that eventually, hopefully not, because the thing's probably like $1,000 freaking bucks. But I got a C-clamp. Some people will, this one's different. I've seen some little Instagram people that are like sticking a screwdriver and bending it, but these are pretty massive, so you're probably not gonna do that. So let's get in here, which I can put you guys like in the wheel well. Tons of room in here. I mean, tons of light. One thing I forgot to do was get some brake cleaner. I usually like to clean the brakes. Let's see if we can. I got a magnetic light. There you go. I'm struggling so you guys don't have to. Oh, all right, so just be careful with that. You don't want to mess that up. You don't want to mess this up. Man, that rubber is not looking good in that. I wonder if that could be the problem. Oh, and get some of these. Things work great. Not sponsored, but if they do want to sponsor me, I use stuff like that all the time. All right, how? Ooh, maybe I should turn the steering wheel a little bit. All right, if this video is this short, I dropped the truck on the camera. Of course, we didn't turn. Fuck it. I didn't like that much. It was wobbling the truck a little bit, so that's as far as we're gonna go. We don't need to drop the truck, which now I probably have less room. All right, that was pretty easy on that one. Which way will be going? And you gotta remember you're doing this from reverse, so opposite. Unless this one's gonna be opposite. Dang, there's a red Loctite on that. Why? And I hope it. Red Loctite. Rule of thumb is blue, temporary, red forever, normally. And I can't see what I'm doing here, so I can't. I keep getting it all the way down there. So, I wish when you did jobs like this, for the price, they should include, new bolts. They're charging me $200 for a single rotor. They should give me some bolts. That son of a bitch is probably just made in some little dirt hole in India. You guys see all the videos on YouTube. Taking a pile of trash and just making something out of it. Now, some cars have more than two. Yeah, see, they put freaking red Loctite on that too. They didn't do that good of a job because I got it off. We only got two. Yeah, I can smell the Loctite. Not much Loctite, we probably would not be getting this thing off. Oop. And there we are. Hell, my rotor is loose. Alright. So we're not gonna have to beat that off. It looks like the rotor's just gonna come off. But we're stuck on the rotor. So I thought I grabbed all the tools, but I didn't grab a little pry bar. A nice snap-on pry bar. And it hasn't been in the rain one day, and something rusty as crap. Alright, so we're gonna try to get this off of here. There we go. Oh, there's my bungee cord. Hopefully we can bungee cord it up here pretty decent. Me putting the pads on because they're right there. Well, there's a good bit of meat on that pad. Alright, so let's see. So we can get this off. There we go. There's that. I'm gonna leave that. Is that gonna hold that? I don't know. I don't know, these bungee cords are strong enough. Alright, I got it. Alright, so. It's so weird, they got numbers scribed in here. Is it on the frame too? I see it on the frame. 73. Alright, so we just gotta rock this off evenly. Just be careful of your threads. There she is. Yeah, it's got a lip on it. I could have turned it down maybe. Alright, so now we want to get our pads off. I got the new ones here. They also gave me a little bit of lube. You put it right on your little slides, your metal slides. That's right here. Which I always forget which way they go. So it'll be a learning process again. Like, these brake pads look pretty good. Lord, I mean, they got a decent amount on them, but there's a lot of chunks and stuff missing, and a real rough. I think because the rotors were messed up, so it was just tearing off the pad. The pads are all chunked up. We need to compress our piston here. All right, so here's your piston. It's a dual piston. I'm just gonna stick this other pad in here for a spacer. And we got something to work with, and I gotta crank this thing way up. They make a little tool for this, but C-clamps are handy for a bunch of different projects. So I hope my rotor is not messed up, or not my rotor, my caliper here. Turn it around, there we go. Get the little clips out of the way. Just kind of get in the center. We need to compress it a little bit because when we put the new brakes on, they're going to be a little thicker, and then we won't be able to put it back on the rotor. Now, some people say you break the bleed valve and then it'll compress a lot easier, but then you got to bleed your brakes again, and that takes two people unless you have a bleeding tool. So a C-clamp is easier. As you can see, or not see, it's already going up. I'm going to compress it a good bit, and then after you do this, once you get your brakes all done, tire on, pump your brakes before you move, because it's going to be open. So when you first hit your brakes, you know, they're going to move a little bit, and they're not going to be touching. So you want to pump them after this, after you're done, or you're going to have a oh shit moment. So I'll just back that back off. Boom. There's the old pad. It's these little clips. Here's the old clips. You take these out. Just can't remember how they go. Which actually, when we take one out, we'll just put the other one in, so we remember. be careful with these. They're real thin metal. They're pretty much a wear surface. It just keeps your whatchamacallit from wearing. But your hook goes on the bottom. Let's see if I can get you in here. You can see the other one. And here's the other one. You got your little tab. You got the little tiny hook up top, and that's in there. This is a little bit bigger now, so I'm trying to get it in to the freaking hole. So, I mean, technically you could have just left those in there and reused them, but we're already here, so. Alright, just took me a minute of finagling. You wanna, oh shit, you don't wanna do that. Let's see if I can get this back out here without messing it up. You wanna get your little clip on the top, one on the bottom, come in here on an angle. It's hard for me to show it. You're gonna slide it on down. You're gonna need a screwdriver though. I'm gonna push it down and you're just gonna rotate it into place. And I just need to get this little hook down underneath. The fuck? Ugh. My little tenon one here, the little thing come out. There we go. Well, there's a little lip. I'll try to get it around. Make sure we're down all the way. Bend her down and in. We're hooked all the way down in here. Okay, we're hooked down in there. There. That was a pain in the ass. But that's how they do it. They just rock on in. And you're gonna need a little straight screwdriver, or I guess like a mini pry bar maybe, just to kind of push her in. And that's gonna be the same thing for them. All right, here's the new pad. It's got this plate on here. There's the pad that was up there. I don't know, I can kind of see the plate. Something's weird. That was definitely weird. The non-piston side has like these little, I don't know, claw things, which is gonna move on this end a little. Yellow one was the top one. They just had them mixed up in the box. Put a little bit on here, right on the little slide area. Every brake's a little bit different. I've done, my pops had a Dodge 1-ton van, and he took the rear brakes apart, and that took me hours to figure out how everything went back together. There were springs and tensioners and freaking, oh my god, that was, like if I took it apart, it wouldn't have been that bad, but I didn't take it apart, so I had no freaking, that was not fun. What's not gonna be fun is these clips up here, because I cannot, oh wait, they're actually easier. They're easier. Okay. So I'll take it off just how it was. I'll line it up. There's the other one. I don't know how much you can see of this, but it just rocks right in up here. There's not much in the way. They're just a hair bigger because they're not worn, so you really gotta fuss with them a little bit. Try to get them pushed all the way into the corner, because then, there we go. Your brake pad have a hard time. I'll see if I can let you see it a little bit better. There's your clip. That's up there. Then here's the top one. See how they're clipped in. There's the old one, which I just took it out. It just rocks right out. And I keep it and I match it up with the other ones just to make sure, because there's two different kinds. And then it'll go up in, and rock, and hook in. Now we got our clips in. Put a little glide on there. And then you're gonna follow the curve of, see how this back part's curved. You don't wanna try to put it like this, because it's going opposite. You're just gonna follow your curve. And then we're just gonna go up in there. It'll fit in your slide. Make sure you get them in your slides. Just gotta be careful, because you don't wanna push your new slides out. Dang it, I need them little metal things they're going down the wrong direction. There we go. Ah, dang it. What the hell? What am I doing? I'm having a problem with these little metal clips are bent in, and see how they ride on the outside? I just need a little tiny thing to keep them bent out where I can get in behind it. There we go. I'm going from the top. Push it in. Oh, all right, and I gotta push that one in too. There we go. All right. Thing is, you want to try not to get a bunch of the grease on your pads either. It's going to smoke. So we're up in there. Oh, hopefully it doesn't fall out. We're going to hang from the dealie. Now we're just going to slide our rotor on. Normally I get brake cleaner. I spray brake cleaner on and I clean it down. But I forgot to get brake cleaner. So it's just going to stink and smoke a little bit. Because a lot of them have like a shipping oil, like an oil substance on it. So make sure you get the, oh god dang, make sure you get the plastic off. There's holes. There's one hole right there. Me wonders if it had, this does have a countersinks where it looked like it had screws that went in. Well, that one doesn't. No, it does. It has one. And there is one hole. So I may be missing a countersink. I don't know. That's kind of a pain. But what I'm going to do is I might run one of these on here to hold it while I put my caliper on. Because it's going to want to flop. This is weird. It looks like it's painted. Like I'm, and you don't want to paint. You don't want to paint your rotors. I hope that ain't paint. It's supposed to be some kind of coating. It's just, to me, it's odd. It feels like it's not going to be good, but. All right, and then the last step, we're just going to get this on. Be careful not to knock your pads out. But yeah, see, just get it right on. Compress it in. And then put my bolts in. Once this is on, it'll hold this. This will hold this till you get your tire on, and your tire will push it and keep it where it's supposed to be. But just look out for, some of them have like a little bevel, there'll be a little tiny screw that goes in there just to hold it. And if these are really stuck, this one has jacking screws. You can find 2 bolts that fit that, and you can slowly turn this one, that one, this one, that one, and walk it off. When I did 18-wheelers, you just take a sledgehammer, you just whack it, turn, just beat the crap out of it, and it'll come off. But you don't want to do that with this, because that's, I mean, I guess if you don't care. Now remember, when you put your bolts in, get both started. You want to get both started before you tighten one down, just in case. Which I didn't have to take this off. I could have took just this off to change my brake pads, but it's got slides and stuff. I really don't want to mess with that. Yeah, see, right now I'm having a little bit of a problem getting, there we go, got it. All right, so I'm gonna tighten this down. I'm gonna put the tire on. Let me get you in here and take a look. I think I'm gonna have to replace my calipers after a while. Now you can see that, like, that's not good at all. Like the boot and everything. I might have to get new ones. It's kind of crusty and crunchy. See, there's your slides. There's your brake pad, your slide, your brake pad. Put that little lube right in there because they're going to move ever so slightly. Okay. Like I said, don't forget to pump your brakes before you get ready to go. Just turn it on, pump it a few times to get them set, because it's going to be open and fairly wide depending, how far you squeeze it in. So this one was a struggle on these. These pads are tinier than the ones I put in, though. But they're definitely crumbling and stuff. Didn't have a good back plate. I don't know. So I just went with the gold because they're supposedly better. They're a little more expensive, but that's just wild right there that's got a coating on it. I'm not used to seeing that. So we'll see how it works. If I end up down the driveway in the ditch, then we'll find out it didn't work. But, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe. We have to do more work on this truck, CV axle, shocks, and then go around and try to find out the little boots, the little rubber, like this. This is, you know, you see it's just totally covered in grease and blob. And it, you know, it's starting to squeak. So we'll have to go around and figure out which one, replace them, and get it all good. I'm gonna put the grease gun on that. Shocks shouldn't be too bad. Maybe just getting up in there might be a problem. Down there is pretty easy. So, all right, let me get this buttoned up, and I still have to do the other side, and hopefully it turns out easier. It usually is, so catch you guys later.